there, good morning, and welcome to another Peak Bagger series. We are right back at it. We're heading to Mount Ingalls on the Plumas National Forest on this, what looks like to be a very beautiful day. It is fairly free of snow, but this is our first snow patch that we encountered on this road, this forest road. And also you can see the fallen tree there. That's kind of the reason why we stopped. We've already gone through at least a dozen of these trees with using chainsaws and axes and loppers, and basically clearing the road so we can pass through. We've got you know, the basic equipment again. This time we're actually carrying our snowshoes, and we have enough to get us through the day for food and liquid and filtering and clothing. Mount Ingalls is the highest peak in Plumas National Forest, and we're just past Lake Davis, Portola, those kind of areas. But yeah, check it out. We're gonna see how this day goes. All right, thanks for joining. If you cannot tell, there was a fire that came through here. Wow, pretty big fire. Yeah. Wow, really opened up that area up there. Whew. All right, well, we've gone full snow coverage now on the forest road that actually goes all the way to the top of Mount Ingalls. In the summertime, when everything is nice and dry, this is an incredibly easy hike and very short, like 40 minutes. Most people do it in June, July, August, September. This will probably be the earliest anyone's ever gone up there, just because it's kind of dumb, to be honest with you, that we do it now versus just waiting a couple of months and then just drive up pretty much most of the way. There's no shade. There'll be no shade today. It looks like the fire extended to the next ridge. Wow. So this is an interesting point that my hiking buddy's making. Obviously you can follow each other's tracks in the snow, but this is a bit of a safety concern that you need to be aware of. Obviously when it comes to wildfire areas, the Forest Service does close off the areas due to just the hazardous trees. You know, just all the, I mean, the amount of trees that fall down from storms, wind, snow is definitely a safety concern. So if you find yourself, like we have, in a wildfire area, or a wildfire burn scar area, whatever, what have you, just be mindful of the trees above you and the limbs. Keep an ear out and watch out, right? Hopefully you can see that, where we started, where we're going. The red is one of the GPX tracks that we're kind of, well, you don't have to follow it because it's a road, but good reference. Looks like I'm gonna follow this road and then make contact with the red line, and then it's pretty short to the summit. This is the road. No signs. It's pretty easy, but so I don't know. That really white dome over there might be Ingalls. So maybe we kind of curve in there. Anyway, so this is interesting too. Just because there's not a single bit of green in this forest, I've gone ahead and put sunscreen on, and I've got a buff on, and I'm pulling it up over my chin and mouth and nose. I don't want to get burnt like I think last time. It's cool in that you can do this in the summer and the winter. The road is pretty crazy to think that you can just drive up it, but I'm sure they do some road maintenance. But because this area got, I don't know what the access might be. Maybe I'll put it on the screen to see if this road is actually open to the public, knowing it's going through a burn scar. We have joined the red line after coming through all that, I guess. A bunch of false summits. Never be lulled into thinking that you can see the peak that you're going for. Just dig in and go. Mount Ingalls, 1 mile, it looks like. No, way better sign. But Road 11, Clover Valley, Lake Davis. 112 miles. No, I'm just kidding. So I went with just the pants that I wore, a week ago. They got vents on them. Something you definitely need to look for. And then I like more pockets. This pocket kind of is a little weak. But I still have my gaiters on. Probably don't need them, but the snow is going to be softer when we head back. We have obviously the snowshoes, but without the extra flotation. And I'm going with just a t-shirt, and I have these sun sleeves. They also, well, they used to be able to keep bugs away. And I got my sticks, my poles, and then I went with a short pack, which I've modified a little bit, and it holds whatever I need to hold. And then, of course, you know, you've seen it before. Got the sun hat going with a skirt, and you know, the buff. Yeah, very cool. All right, yeah, I just did that for you guys. I just did that. It's all the kids want, right? They want more angles. All right, we left our little lunch spot. Following a road, I think. It might be just a path, to be honest, and it's angled really crappy, to be honest. I guess I could have gone up there. I think I'm gonna come back along a rock ridge. Anybody fan of Blazing Saddles? Look at that rock ridge. But look, I found the road. Didn't I? Well, I'm trying to honestly head straight to the summit. Wow, look at that. You're on your couch or chair. Do me a favor. Grab a bag of chips, because you are about to be standing on top of Mount Ingalls, highest peak in the Plumas National Forest. There's up there. Now let's blink and then we'll be on the top. Woo! Hey, that wasn't so hard, was it? So this used to be another fire lookout, but sadly it's gone. Nice, of course, good view. There's a bench marker. Yeah, woo, look at this. Meadow down there. Look at that, nice little ridge hump, and wow, that burnt down there too. Look at that entire area is just gone. Yikes. Beauty. Wow, you can just walk along the entire. That's so cool. That's where I came from. No idea where Poen is. He was feeling tired and he might have stopped, and I'll see him on the way back. But I have reception up here. Look at that, Lake Davis. Gorgeous. All right, there you go. This is your national forest. Plumas National Forest, Pacific Southwest region, USDA Forest Service. Get out and explore. Woo! Okay, update. We have left the summit way back there, put on snowshoes, and went on the backside along the rock spine. But there he is. I just discovered my freaking. Hey-oh! I discovered my right snowshoes broke. It's missing like a cotter pin. And that's not good. So I'm heading out with a broken snowshoe. All right, and look, it's Poen. Well, there goes Poen for the summit. He's gonna sort of follow my tracks. He got lost, which is hilarious because he never gets lost. I mean, oh, he just didn't look at his map and went the wrong way and fixed himself. But what he did was he came through here. I'm going to follow his tracks back because I want to stay high enough and then drop down, and I'm going to try to go basically, you know, like the crow flies, A to B, instead of following my tracks back. And I've put some 550 cord through the two holes and looped it around a couple times and did some fancy knots and stuff to see if I can see if that will fix the snowshoe. There you go. A little repair action. All right, I'm coming up on a couple of ponds, lakes. I don't know. What's this? Nice small body of water. Water places. So there you go. I don't know. Hope you can see that. There's a summit, drop down, sort of parallel, but stayed higher. And then I just naturally just moved over. But then I was like, man, I gotta cut. So I cut. Now I'm really making some space between. Sorry. Really making some space between my up route. But there's those lakes, or whatever. I'm gonna kind of go around them and come down. And then there's a truck. So let's see how this works. It usually does. Problem is that gigantic ridge. That ridge goes all the way down. I think we came across it or over it. And that's exactly what we need to head for, is that saddle. En route is right up there. I made a mistake. I didn't know how to stay on a contour, except for basically go back the way we came. Anyway, yeah, I mean, you can see I just basically came straight down. Now I'm going straight up. Poen's gonna go down here. He's gonna meet me on the road. Yeah, you can see the road too. Wow, it's a long road. Yeah. This isn't fun. I messed up. I literally went straight up that bad. I should have just taken that. Good workout though. Yikes. Poen. He's gonna go through all that. Okay.